TWM podcast.
Hello, I am Matty Deller and welcome to the Wrestling World Report, looking at the big wide world of wrestling, from fictional promotions to tiny, tiny rooms, which we'll explain more in just a little bit. This is a TWM podcast available in all the places you would get your podcasts: Spotify, Podbean, Apple and Google Podcasts, TuneIn, Acast, Stitcher as well, and also YouTube. We're on at YouTube. We've got our podcast going up every single day, so go check them out. Subscribe, smash that like button, turn on notifications. We're getting ever closer to our 100 subscribers, and then we can get a lovely, sexy custom URL, and then we can show everyone, and we can really get the ball running. But thank you everyone that has subscribed already and gotten the notifications. They do not miss a podcast or bit of video or audio content that we put out. We are brought to you by We Love Sport, a fantastic app that in happier times would provide you with your nearest sports bar, showcasing the latest wrestling pay-per-views and sport pay-per-views as well. But right now they are really helping people through being stuck inside all the time, with like watch-alongs and fun little articles and giveaways over at We Love Sport UK and at welovesport.co. Please download the app as well on the Apple and Google Play Store. WrestleCrate still going strong. Use the code TWM Wrestling for up to 3 free items when you sign up for a monthly box subscription. You can use that code TWM Wrestling at wrestlecrate.co.uk. We've got a whole bunch of stuff to look through, all kinds of different stuff and things, and we've got our fun game that we're doing the last few weeks. But let me introduce everyone. I am Matty Deller, as I said. Hello there. Joining me as well is Mike Mears.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. And a big konnichiwa to Kyle James.
Yo, what's up?
There we go. The traditional Japanese greeting. So not only have we got some MLW action going forward, we stumbled across something that made its debut on FITE TV called Gatoh Move. And it was very, very strange. We're going to talk about that. We watched episode 1. And with the, I want to say launch, or just with the kind of announcement, the premiere on New Japan World, that internationally you could watch My Dad Is a Heel Wrestler anywhere on New Japan World, we decided to give it a watch and review it. And it's champion versus champion as Kyle hosts the 3rd edition of Cagematch Conundrum. We've got a lot to go through, so let's jump into it. MLW Fusion goes straight in to our opening contest, which is Douglas James going over Septimo Dragon. I know Kyle was big thumbs up for this match. I can't remember which one he enjoys more, Douglas James or Septimo Dragon, but I know he was a fan of Douglas. There we go, Douglas James. But Septimo Dragon is also good. This was a good fast-paced opener, a bit sloppy, bit off, but a good opener nonetheless. They exchange swears in English and in Espanol. We get a nice little strike sequence. James hits a DVD, then locks in the front face lock chancery for the win. Quick match, Michael, to open the show, but pretty good.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good to see both guys back in and have a decent match, and it just shows the talent in the middleweight division in MLW. Yeah,
it's the middleweight division. Obviously, they've been really focusing on Myron Reed and Brian Pillman with that whole storyline, and that's kind of been the main focus. So a lot of the other guys in the middleweight division haven't really been given a chance. So it's great.
Plus, they put a big highlight on the AAA guys as well.
Yeah, this is true, no question. We then basically get an entire just 20 minutes of loads of pre-tapes and interviews, so we're going to kind of bump through these as quick as possible. We see Richard Holiday in the parking lot, and he asked if he'll be involved in the empty arena match tonight, and he brushed off the reporter as he heard Logan Creed had done something. That never gets followed up on. Then we get Alicia Atoot, who talks to Mansa and asks if MJF wants to, and then Mansa says, that if MJF wants to bring his friends to the match later. He's got his own friends that might be there too. And he said there'll be some stuff going down tonight he doesn't want his mama to see. Then Alicia asks him if he has a plan if the Dynasty got involved. And he takes the bad luck Farley route of dealing with his problems by saying, fuck them. We then re-see Injustice curb stomping Brian Pillman through that biscuit-made cinder block. They've been fined $10,000 each and suspended due to the attack. But never mind that crap. Next week we're starting the mega series between AAA and MLW, so we've got that for the next few weeks. But most importantly of all, clowns versus skeletons.
That's what we need. There's not enough clowns versus skeletons in the world, let alone just in wrestling.
Yes. As LA...
Sounds like the October viewings in any Cineworld.
This is true. As LA Park and his lads are going to take on Psycho Clown, and I'm assuming some of his lads. But there's no... I don't think there's any other clowns left. I think there's Murder Clown, but that's it. There used to be loads of them.
How are you forgetting one of them?
Oh, Dave the. Sorry, apologies.
Come on.
Yeah, there's... On. So hopefully it is Psycho Murder and Dave the Clown against LA Park, El Hijo de LA Park, and LA Park Jr. I did like this promo because they just keep talking about how muscular and handsome they all are, which is brilliant.
Yeah. It seems to be the Park's signature.
Yeah, that they are sexy skeletons. However, I will let Mike give the line of this entire promo, and it wasn't even from one of the wrestlers. It was from a commentator because he texted me about this, and I could never feel happiness radiate through a text so much when you told me what they called LA Park.
They called him the handsome chef. Was it the chef or cook?
No, it was the brawling chef.
Oh, sorry, yeah, brawling chef. Yeah.
He is also a handsome. He's a handsome brawling chef. Or as I wrote down, Lucha Ainsley Harriet.
God!
El Hijo del Anthony Worrell Thompson.
Please, can we get the next? Well, can we get this match to be feuded through Ready Steady Cook? I would pay a lot more money to see Psycho Clown versus LA Park.
So which way?
Ready Steady Cook.
Which way would you have it though? Would you have it where they were cooking, or would you have it where they are given plastic bags full of weapons and they have to make the match out of whatever's in the bags?
No, they've got to go to the shop and buy £5 worth of weapons and then have the match.
and then it's decided by the crowd with placards.
Oh god.
We then see Alicia 2 outside Dynasty's locker room. We then hear from Holiday and Hammerstone, who opens the door and says she hasn't got the correct paperwork to be allowed in there. And they tell her that Gino's robbing down MJF, and the pre-match rob down, if he gets interrupted, they will all be very sorry. Ooh, sexy. More Alicia Ratoot, because even
everywhere, doesn't she?
She is
not quite everywhere.
She's literally everywhere on this show. She talks to Savio Vega about the empty arena match, and Vega says it was the night to end their grudge and pick Warner and warn the Dynasty that he is coming for them. We then see Hammerstone and Holiday with weapons, but Vega and Mansa basically just beat them down and scare them off. We then hear from the Von Erichs. Hooray!
Just the men that, when you really need picking up and you need some passion or something, you put the dullest men in wrestling out there. Yeah,
at least they managed to give the feeling of being stuck inside very, very well, because Kevin Von Erich spoke about the quarantine. I was like, yeah, the way you're talking about it is the exact feeling everyone has being stuck inside, just bored.
We now know what life feels like as a Von Erich.
As a Von Erich, this is how it feels like, being stuck inside because the outside is scary.
But if you're one of the younger ones, you're also blessed with good looks.
Yeah, but what's good looks if you can look at them all day, but if they open their basically, if you were to pull a Von Erich, Kyle, your main
that sounds really weird out of context.
But if you were to pull on a Von Erich, Kyle, the frequent sentence would be out of your mouth would be "Don't speak, you'll ruin it." So. They talk about lacking in numbers, and they make up in tenacity, heart, viciousness, and aggression. He told them to grab their mops because it's spring cleaning and the Von Erichs are coming for them. We then flip from that promo to one of the best promos probably I've heard this year.
I'd agree with that. I literally sat there and I think I gasped at one point.
This is amazing. So we talked about Mance Warner. MJF talks about Mance Warner underestimating him, and he tells a story where basically a bunch of kids in school threw coins at MJF and said "pick them up, Jew boy" in elementary school, and he says that he bided his time, went to the gym, and waited till the last day of high school for walking up to that bully and knocking him out. And he warns Warner if he didn't think he could get crazy, they didn't know MJF, and he was going to prove tonight that Warner's not the only one who can be a psychopath. Really good promo, Mike.
Yeah, he's showing he's got those levels in his character, because he's never been the one that's been pushed. He's always been the one who's done the pushing of people. And also the weird thing is with that thing of that story of coming back and beating the bully up and biding his time, that all did show that he has scope to kind of also be. I don't think he ever will be. It'd be very weird to see him as a good guy.
but he can cut like a fiery promo, like a good babyface should be able to. So
yeah, no, I definitely agree.
See, I see it more as like the Eddie Dennis thing in like Progress. Everything he does has a reason. It's methodical.
No, but I mean like not as from the actual promo, but like the skeleton, not LA Park. Like the actual narrative of the promos, like he could do like a really good fire babyface promo, but he used that same fire in a heel promo, which was really, really good.
It's one of those promos as well. Like genuinely, I know people who aren't into wrestling, but they know of MJF.
Yeah.
And I was like, watch this, and they're just captivated by what he does now because he's sensational.
He's great. He doesn't need to... Like, he does do cheap heat a lot, but I always feel like that's to his detriment. He can do more methodical stuff, like an Eddie Dennis, and I think he should do it more. Never mind that shit. Here comes Swegler, as he talks about Killer Cross having a fractured scapula and a displacement of the acro blah 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 joint. It's recommended that he has no contact for 180 days unless he signs a waiver. And Cross wanted to fight for MLW, but his Stamford, Connecticut-based employer would not allow the waiver to be signed. You tricky bastards again.
In fact, this whole thing cracked me up so much for the way they described all of that.
Yeah.
Every time. Every fucking time.
It's brilliant. It's like, well, he could have wrestled in MLW and fought American Top Team, but WWE won't allow him. Not the fact that he's been signed and therefore you have no rights to him anymore. It's amazing.
But it's not even that. It's just like, but they didn't say it in that way.
Yeah.
They said it so indirectly that it just made it amazing.
Pillman's got a fractured mandible and a dislocated I'm going to try and say this. Temporomandibular joint, and they just went, a broken jaw. You could have just said broken jaw. I'm hoping that was clapping and not something else.
Oh, no, it was clapping.
Good. I was going to say, it's not that good. The Philadelphia police are reviewing the incident, but it's unclear if Pillman will press charges. It's wrestling. Of course he won't. We then come to the main event. Empty arena, Mance Warner over MJF. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit let down by this. I thought it was going to be a lot more brawly, and it was quite short.
Look at the time it got. It got like 7 minutes, and I was gutted about that because it had so much hype.
They must have cut something else out of this episode, because it was only 40 minutes long. Like, I'm not sure...
No, I think they were expecting this match to be longer than it was, to be honest.
Really? Because the last couple of episodes have all been an hour, and it feels like they've had more. This was like Recap Central.
This was the last... episode from the taping loop, don't forget.
Okay, so we haven't... So
he left himself a bit short on content, I think.
So they haven't got... So there's going to be nothing next week. No Mulder next week, then, if this is the last...
Yeah, there is.
Oh, no, they've got the AAA stuff. You said that 10 minutes ago.
Brain fart.
Yeah.
I think this also might have had... They might have had issues with being able to have people involved in this match, so they may have changed the format of the episode.
Oh, this is true.
While I worked out where they did this. So they did this in Fort Worth, in Dallas. They did,
yeah.
And it must have been done after one of the early February AEW shows, because or around that date anyway, because it would have been just after the last MLW tapings, but also around the same time that AEW were actually in Texas.
Yeah.
So that it may have been that they shot this after and couldn't get like Hammerstone and Holiday to that point to be able to do anything extra to make the match longer.
Which is why they had to do...
When they were in Mexico, they might have filmed some other stuff.
Yeah, so that's why they probably filmed Vega and Mance getting beating up Holiday and Hammerstone. Yeah. So they had to fill that up. So, yeah, it was only like 7 minutes long. It wasn't as great as I thought it would be, but it was still okay. Mance spat gum at Mansa, and then Warner dropped him, and they just brawled around with chairs, ropes. Mance Warner tried to bolt car MJF's penis. One of the highlights was the ref somehow being stuck behind a mountain of chairs and diving through the chairs for a pin.
That's called commitment to your job.
It is. MJF gets yeeted down some bleachers, and that looked very nasty.
He was fine.
Brooms, MJF twats a cameraman, then puts out a cigarette on Mansa's head. MJF calls a taxi, and and even the commentators are like, has he not heard of Uber? Like, why is he calling a taxi?
I was going to say, there's so many options he could have had. Uber, Lyft, rideshare.
Literally hundreds and hundreds of things, and he went for a taxi. MJF gets his wrist twisted in some scaffolding. We get some big hands, bionic elbow. An eye poke by MJF, but then a pop-up headbutt and a lariat, and MJF's gone and the show's over. Like, just happen. Real shame. I was hoping this was going to be a bit longer, a bit more dramatic, but in the end, it just ended up just being a 7-minute, get MJF out, MJF's done. But I will say, if you look at MJF's time in MLW, I honestly do believe he was good, but if he didn't have this run in MLW, I don't think he'd be in AEW right now, because this showed how good he could be on a bigger platform.
Yeah, also if he didn't have the injury at the end of 2018, he would have had a ridiculously good middleweight title run.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be shocked.
At the same point, you wouldn't have had the rise of name redacted in MLW with the rest of the Heart Foundation, so
yeah,
it's kind of, yeah, it is what it is.
There is that. So it's a good thing MJF's got his lovely second contract. He hasn't got his first one anymore, and that was Fusion. So it was a good match to open, solid bit in between. But other than that, it's probably worth like a brief glance this week, no question. But we've got the AAA Super shows over the next few weeks, so that should be very, very interesting.
TWM podcasts are brought to you by We Love Sport, the fantastic app finding you your nearest sports bar showing the latest WWE pay-per-views. We Love Sport has over 400 of the best sports bars and pubs in the UK at your fingertips and allows you to book front row seats, giving you the best views of the action. You can also check out what sports are being shown over the next 7 days, making sure you don't miss a second of the action. Download the We Love Sport app on the App Store or Google Play Store. Follow We Love Sport on all social media platforms at We Love Sport UK and check out welovesport.co.
Big thanks to FITE TV, who are providing some interesting content in these uncertain times. They're finding stuff from all corners of the internet and the wrestling world to put up. And they put up Gatoh Move. I wasn't really aware of what Gatoh Move is. Kyle's kind of filled me in a little bit with some of this stuff. He told me that this was filmed end of 2018, did you say?
Yeah, December 2018 this is from. I went through Cagematch to try and find out exactly when it was.
So this would have been all before... Well, actually, this would have been literally before AEW had started, so... and
Rio wouldn't have signed anything at all like that.
So, and this is Emi Sakura's little promotion, Gatoh Move. And I really wish, like, watching this stuff, we'll talk about it later, but I am intrigued by these, like, different kind of shows. I do wish they would do more over here in the UK. I know Good do a few new ring shows in London, which I would like to go to in the future. But I like these kind of different kind of shows. They bring a different dynamic to things. But this is.
I think they're very good for the of being like the experience of being there.
Yeah,
I think that's the big selling point of them.
And then basically it's wrestling in a tiny no ring, what looks like a canteen. I'm not sure. They do an opening dance and song number, and it has Emi Sakura and Riho on this show, and I'm already incredibly confused by this. We open with the Asian Dream title on the line as Riho goes over Anchum. So basically, what they are wrestling on is like I don't know how big you would say, like, honestly, probably like the size of like 2 double bed mattresses laid on the floor with like a cover over the top.
There is zero space whatsoever. If you think of like what a ring would like, the audience is basically your ropes.
It's basically the equivalent of when you used to wrestle your brothers and sisters in the front room. It's literally that, with the audience being the sofas. It's so they got
backyard and indoors.
It was backyard and the weather cannot spoil. Basically, it's the wrestling version of Centre Parks.
Sorry, I've just gone back and found out exactly when this was. It was the day before New Year's Eve in 2018.
Oh, okay, December 30th, 2018. So I'm literally 2 days before AEW had been announced. We get a lot of techers and pin attempts to open, and Riho throws Anchum about and works her over. Anchum tries a butt bump 10 punch, but then Riho hits a chop, and we get more back and forth in a very quiet room. And it's even more noticeable in like a Japanese crowd is even more noticeable when it's a really small room, because it's really almost awkwardly quiet. And then also, like you would when you wrestle your siblings or family members in a front room, the walls are the ropes. So if you touch the wall, it's a rope break.
That's the international rules of indoor wrestling.
Yes. Riho gets a half crab and a rope break. Anchum choke. They've got these 2 like windows, like without windows in them, that people just stand in and watch as well, which are basically the top rope. Anchum chokes her through the window and then does some mad like Zoe Lucas cheerleader leg choke on her. And then Anchum tries countering a Boston Crab, and then Riho's counters that into a roll up for the win. It was very strange, but still very enjoyable. We then get into Saki going over Saruga Mai. Mai Saruga. Well, I've got it off the fight thing. I didn't know who anyone was other than Riho and Emi Sakura.
I was going to say,
and someone else.
I knew of Mai Saruga, Riho, Emi Sakura, and now we know of more. Yes.
And this whole story is that Mai is a rookie and Saki is is a veteran. They just yell at each other a lot, and this match is just a lot of... Basically, if you're a fan of Rhea Ripley and Charlotte from WrestleMania, you'll be a fan of this, because it's a lot of screaming. Saki overpowers Mai and then nearly launches her into an old lady. And this old lady's just incredibly unwilling, but they keep just literally just extending every part of the match towards her. Mai tries an arm drag out the window and gets yeeted out of it. We then get a window arm drag. Get more yelling from Saruga Mai. She yells a lot. She gets pancaked. We get a Saki sharpshooter and Mai gets to the ropes. We get a giant swing in a room that small, which for me just looked like... That looked like the move you do when you are wrestling in a front room and this is where your mum or dad get called in because you've hurt the other person by doing a too dangerous of a move.
It's alright though, they Joshis, they're like 5 foot. Like, there's a lot more room for them than there would be for us.
This is true. I remember Saki...
You remember, for them, most of them are like 17 years old, so this kind of is the only chance they had to do it.
There was a bit at the end, by the way, that made me laugh when they were talking about stuff. We'll get to that at the end. I remember that Saki reminds me of Ivory for some reason. I don't know why. She just had a very Ivory style quality about our wrestling. We get them exchange roly pins with Saki begging the crowd to help. We get the old stunt rider stretch, which I've not seen in a while. Saki misses a window Vader bomb. Mai gets a few near full roll ups, but then Saki hits the Zack Sabre Jr. driver for the win. We then go into our main event, which is Sawadi Kamen, Kono Mitsuru, and Sakihara Obihiro up against Balian Aki, who we know. We have seen him wrestle in person. He wrestled for... I knew that name sounded familiar, and I had to message our Oracle, Kyle, and be like, that name's familiar. Did he wrestle for Attack? And Kyle was like, yes, he did. He was in a scramble in a show in London, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. I think he's over here for a while now, because while watching this, I double checked his Instagram to find out more about Gatoh Move, and saw that in his bio it says residing in the UK. So hopefully we will see him a couple more times over here.
Hopefully, when we're allowed back outside. He's with Masahiro Takanashi and Emi Sakura. And I wrote down, how the fuck is a 6-person tag going to work in here then? We start with a dance into a lockup and some Namaste related shenanigans. This match is pretty much a lot of them trying to do double team moves and them not working. That happened a good 7 or 8 times in this match. We get a lovely double bow and arrow from the masked dude and one of the other women because I knew one team, all of them, because I knew Emi Sakura was, I knew who Bali and Aki was, so by proclamation the third person was Masahiro Takanashi. I don't know who the other 3 people are, so I didn't know which one was the masked one. I assumed that was Sawadi Kamen, but I wasn't sure.
I'm just going to say, how did you not know who Masa was, especially when he's teaming with Brooks constantly?
No... Oh yeah, those Masahiro Takanashi, I knew by process of elimination. It was just the other team, I didn't know who they were. So, we get a nice double bow and arrow. We get a trio of abdominal stretches. We get, Sakura keeps going for the crossbody in the corner, but they keep pulling the other teammate in, and then eventually she just gets kneesed while she's doing it. We get some mad bridging neck crank. Sakura tries to suplex Royal Blue Girl through into the crowd, and then she tries suplexing her for a window. We get this weird, rowboat, multi-person pin thing, which was quite cool. Aki misses a splash, and then we get, a double pin, a sunset flip and a roll-up for a near fall. Emi and Takanashi misses a double drop kick, but then they push all the faces through a window. Everyone keeps running into their partners. We get a magic killer and an Aki splash for the win. It was fun. It was strange fun, but it was fun nonetheless. We then have tea time. I'm not making this up. They literally sat down and had a tea together and just spoke about stuff. They then sang...
a nice way to end a year, though.
It was. They had sang Happy Birthday to Saki, didn't they, as well?
They still had one show the next day, so I'm hoping that they do this all the time.
And then what made me laugh is talking about them wrestling for how long, and then Saki was like, "I've been wrestling 6 years. I didn't think I'd be wrestling this long." And it just makes me laugh because that is literally how weird the shelf life is for a Joshi wrestler. It's like a veteran is literally 5 years plus.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you need to look up the time of it though, because like going into it, people like Mei Saruga had only been doing it for like a year or not even at that point.
Yeah, so it's obviously at this point this is like a third year wrestling. So, but yeah, this is very intriguing. I know, like, I don't know how many episodes they're going to put up with this. I'm hoping they're going to put more up because it's fun. It's something different, and it gives us some content to talk about. I don't know, more and more like around though, like Antonio Honda from DDT has done this. I know Chris Brooks did a show recently, so that will probably come up many episodes down the road that Chris Brooks appeared on one of these as well. But yeah, if you're bored, it's like an hour long. If you don't have to watch the tea time, if you don't watch the tea time, it's about 45 minutes long. Yeah, it's a little bit interesting watch. If you want to learn a little bit more about Joshi and Japanese wrestling, go check out Gatoh Move because it's definitely wrestling from the road less travelled.
TWM podcasts have joined forces with WrestleCrate, the original and best monthly theme, monthly wrestling subscription service to bring you a fantastic deal. If you use the code TWM Wrestling when you sign up to a monthly subscription at WrestleCrate.co.uk, you will receive a free item in your first month's box. Then, if you stay for another month, you'll get a second free item. And then, if you stay for a third month, you guessed it, we'll give you a third free item. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. WrestleCrate brings you the best swag from the biggest companies and names in the wrestling world. We're talking t-shirts, photos, pins, DVDs, vinyl figures, and loads more from WWE, Progress, Shikara, NXT, Fight Club Pro, and loads more. That's WrestleCrate.co.uk and use the code TWM Wrestling for up to free items, all thanks to WrestleCrate and TWM.
Now, we've been waiting to review this for a while because we were waiting for a UK release, if we're honest. But New Japan Pro Wrestling came through and they put up on New Japan World for the rest of the year for international account holders, I should say. My Dad is a Heel Wrestler. The film that I don't think was made by New Japan, but they kind of licensed it from another film company. I want to say 2017, Mike, it was?
Yeah, it was made in 2017, came out in late 2000s, it came out in 2018 because it coincided with like Tanahashi's run in the G1 and everything.
Yeah. And like, it's the first time I'd seen it. I know Mike had watched it before because you managed to find a copy of it with subtitles on because we assumed it wasn't getting a release in the UK. So
no, I was hoping all the time. I was like, oh, maybe we'll get a dubbed version. You know, it's bound to come out at some point because New Japan are trying to grow this market, but yeah, we didn't get that. But we got this version, and it doesn't take anything away from it. It
would be very weird to see Tanahashi dubbed over. Only if it was done by Chuck Taylor. Yes. I want him to do all the voices. And actually, funny enough, before like all the stuff had gone on in the world, I know like a Japanese film like festival tour was going to be showing this like across the country. I think they were literally showing one in Cardiff and one in London, and we were both going to go to each one.
It was actually only one in London. It was.
Oh, was it? I thought they were showing one. I thought there was one in Cardiff as well.
No, there was like 7 or 8 different movies that they were showing across the UK.
Yeah.
There was like 2 in Cardiff, but sadly this wasn't one of them.
Oh, okay. So the festival's going to cross places, but only My Dad is a Heel Wrestler was in London. But so like we were looking into seeing this, and then obviously everything happened. But New Japan happily put it all up. So we're going to like review it semi-spoilery. So we're not going to basically run through the whole story, but we like any like random cameos, any like funny little bits we will bring up. And also we do have basically an impartial person here because Kyle's not seen it at all, and Kyle is literally basing on whether he watches this film based on what we speak about. So
I was gonna say, this is the whole like sell it to me, otherwise I'm not going to be invested. I feel like Dragon's Den right now. I'm out.
It is a lovely film. It is such a nice film, such a wholesome movie. I'm not sure whether it is. I need to double check if it's the BFFI, if it's like PG or you, Mike. I think it's definitely fun for all the family.
It's obviously not being released officially in the UK, so it's not got a BBFC rating.
Yeah. But it's very, like, I would be shocked if it was anything like, if it was anything.
It'll be worse than PG.
Yeah,
well.
I don't think it would be that, to be honest.
Terror.
Yeah, but I think it's a
7+.
I think it's very much a U film. I do love all the subtle, legally different names in My Dad Is a Heel Wrestler.
Yeah, this is where, like, as much as we know it wasn't produced by New Japan, they very much were. They had a big involvement in it because so many things link directly with the New Japan product. So it's
like I can't remember what was the. I know he's called Cockroach Mask, but what's his old name? It's Omura, isn't it?
Yeah.
Omura does the fly high.
Takeo Omura.
Yeah, Takeo Omura does the fly high. He wrestles in the Z1 Climax.
For Lion Pro Wrestling.
And by the way, the logo, literally, that lion looks like it's had a mild stroke.
Yeah, but like you look at the way they reformatted the writing on the logo. They've just taken the New Japan logo and just rewritten over it because it's Lion Pro Wrestling, and then it's the Beast of Sports. It's King of Sports. And
also the commentator saying top face. I'm like, kayfabe. Kayfabe. The key thing is, because I said this to my brother and we both had a laugh over this, is obviously we are massive fans of Shota Umino on this podcast. We love Shota, and one of the first things I said when I saw him is the hair, his body, his look, his aura reminds me a lot of Tanahashi. And what's the name of the kid in this film?
It's Shota.
It's Shota. So literally, this is Shota Umino's origin story. I've decided.
It's like our artistic license, where the real life version is my dad's a New Japan referee.
Yeah. Also a heel wrestler, also an AEW wrestler. I have 3 dads. It's a long film title, but it looks better in Japanese. And then I just wrote down Shota's dad gave him steroids. But that's not the case. I'm pretty sure it talks about his dad giving him protein, and then
it's protein because you see it later on.
Yeah, Shota's mum told him to shut up during his career day.
Yeah, but that bit was actually really sad, mainly because in the lead up to that, they show Umura sort of like rush back home to get changed to go to the presentation.
Yeah.
But as he's putting his trousers on, his knee is still taped up, so it's like true Tanahashi. He even's got to tape his knees up to go walking.
And then also, what does he do? He helps an old lady across a bridge.
He did. What a man!
I will say Tanahashi, and then like the co-star, like alongside Tanahashi is Taguchi. They're both really good actors.
Just to go back, do you know what that old woman's name was?
No.
That old woman's name was New Japan because he did have to carry New Japan.
That's it. That was literally New Japan between the years of 2005 and
2012.
And then I don't know how Shota manages to sneak past 5 wrestlers backstage at Lion Pro Wrestling without being caught. Then she runs past them and none of them see him.
Did you take in who was who as sort of like as they were going through them?
Oh, the first 2 were Kitamura and Great O'Khan, wasn't it?
Yes, exactly. I was like, oh, I get to see one of you, and I'm still really, really sad 2 years later that you've had to retire.
Yeah, but the other one is the greatest wrestler in the UK today.
Yeah.
This film is incredibly realistic because Goto beat Ishii in a match. So,
what were the actual words I wrote down for that? Literally, I wrote, Goto wins. You can tell it's fiction.
Yeah, it's not true at all. I do love the names of the different wrestlers. So, like the main good guy that the kid's love interest is like in love with is played by Okada, but he's called Dragon George.
See, Dragon George to me sounds like a real knockoff shitty English knight.
No, for me that sounds like, you know, when you go watch wrestling in Butlins.
Yeah, that
would be the name of the guy, wouldn't it?
It would be if Eddie Ryan was a dragon. That's who he would be.
If 5 Star came back and they had to use different gimmicks, that would be his name.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say this is like when I reviewed Welsh, but all over again.
Cockroach Mask and Blue Bottle Mask are the two like main heels. I just love those names. They're great. I'm hoping they're. I imagine someone made them on 2K. Dragon George, Cockroach Mask, and Blue Bottle Mask.
I'll have a look for you later. Other than that, probably should check out Fire Pro. They might be on
they'll be on there definitely.
On Fire Pro, yeah.
The story's pretty basic, and Tanahashi's character is just Tanahashi, but it's good.
I think it's really relatable. That's the big thing.
Yeah,
because I think we all felt that thing of, oh my god, I relate to somebody in wrestling, and then you find out something about them, and you're like, oh, I feel different because I'm young and I don't quite understand that it's not real, and then he kind of develops that understanding.
And then the wrestling fan that's in this is, of course, they're a fucking weirdo. But thank God it's a woman, and it's not. Even if the woman's a pervert moaning at a desk looking at pictures of wrestlers.
When they first introduced her in the movie is literally me, like 2 weeks before they've announced the lineup to the G1, where I'm trying to look, who can be in it, who can I put together, who's going to be good? In
a press office you don't work in, like, why are you in here? I'm looking
exactly.
for... Kushida's in the film for all of 5 seconds. Which made me laugh. You
do realise what they're going to do. WWE are going to buy the rights for this, and they're going to make the English language version, and Kushida's going to star in it.
Yeah. My dad is a better heel wrestler.
They'll have Kushida do the dub for you.
Also, Naito and Hiromu's cameo was brilliant.
Naito is amazing.
What I want now, if they make another film, can we get a buddy cop movie with Naito and Hiromu?
Do you know the best thing about Hiromu is he's there, sort of like when Naito does the tranquilo bit.
Yeah.
Hiromu's there, and he's sort of like a stunned cat.
Yeah, he's like, huh?
He's like, what?
Trent Barretta as Joel Hardy. Like, I guarantee he picked that name, didn't he?
Speed star Joel Hardy has got to be a Chuck Taylor creation.
Chuck has clearly made that name. Do you reckon he's texted Dustin and just gone,
I need a name.
Yeah, I'm in this film with Okada. They need me to be like a name. Can you make up a name for me? And he's gone, yeah, sure. And he's given Speed Star Joe. And he was dressed like Generation Me, Matt Jackson.
Guys,
they have to go with that.
Let's be real. There's definitely, looking at this, Chuck Taylor's got a backlog. It's not going to be like, give me a name. It's going to be like, okay, I'm going to have to think about
we know he's got
here's your name straight away.
Before you finish the text, he's like, Joel Hardy. Oh, okay. I don't know why this made me laugh when they said, oh, look, it's the 4-dimensional trash barrel.
Yeah, it shouldn't have made me laugh either, but I was like, no, I like it.
Also, low blow in the first 10 seconds, DQ. But then again, it's new.
It's in the Z1, isn't it?
Yeah,
so it's artistic license.
It's new lie in Japan. Knee injured, neck injured. This is his last year in the Z1. This is just Tanahashi.
this was Gatoh booking in 2018.
And then also in this whole film, this kid has complete control and just runs the roost of his house. His parents. One, that would not happen in Japan ever. That he would just like be that moody with his parents. And two, he's fucking 8 years old. How does he get like his dad goes, "Do you want to go to the bathhouse?" He goes, "No," and shuts the door in his dad's face, and his dad won't kick the door in and give him a sling blade.
Do you know the other thing that stood out to me about that sort of little bit in the movie? So Tanahashi knocks on the door, but the door opens out into the corridor as opposed to into the room.
Yeah. Just
like, that never happened. It's never that way in the UK.
I love the thing you picked up is the doors were weird. It's like, this film's ruined, the doors were weird. 2 out of 5.
You know what, though? As you said that, I genuinely just looked at how my door opens.
And it opens into the room, doesn't it?
It opens inside.
Yeah.
We've just shattered it. Everyone now is getting up from wherever they are and they're checking their bedroom door to see which way it opens. An 8-year-old called someone a tard, which generally... One of them just went, he's not a real dad, you tard. And I was like, where did that... Jesus Christ! Also, one thing I noticed, and this is kind of a more serious point, is like, it's a bold choice to go with the whole narrative of, oh no, my dad's a bad guy, what do I do? When Japan's a lot like they explain like that Japan's a lot like Mexico, where people cheer heels as well as faces. Like there's rarely an out and out heel unless you're like Jay White.
A lot of people can actually do with watching this movie to understand like how they should act at wrestling shows.
Yeah, like they even explain it. Literally, this should be required watching for shitty fans of British indies. Watch this. This is how you do it. Because even the end of it,
I think the Rev Pro fans would have seen this by now.
Also, I love Sweet Gorilla is a tremendous name for a wrestler.
Especially because it's Makabe as well.
Makabe in a purple, bright, shiny purple singlet. It's glorious. But then also the love interest of the little boy hates him for his dad being a heel. But then she literally forced him to tell everyone it was Dragon George. She does redeem herself at the end, but at this point she was the heel in this whole thing.
She was. She caused all this heartache for Shota.
We do get a great promo from Shota at the end, which was great. And then what I loved right at the end is the dramatic moment of the match. And I wrote down, of course he kicked out of the first finisher. It's New Japan / Lion.
And you've got to remember, in the first match they had, they both got all of their shit in as well.
Yeah, it's just
from the highlights. You're like, yes.
You know what? If you just want to sit down with the other half of your family and you want to watch something, it's like, you know what? This is different. We're never going to watch something like this before, because obviously you've kind of run through the roost of everything else to watch. It's really fun. If you're just a hardcore wrestling fan and you want to watch at just like some of the subtle little things that you pick up in the in the film, it's worth that as well, because it's a really lovely film that I could put it on, like, say me and my other half Danny would watch films, like, oh, watch this film, it's Japanese but it's really, really like a nice film. We could watch that and then not worry about the wrestling side of it. But if you're bored and you want to watch something about wrestling, you will get a chuckle out of some of like the little nuances and little cameos in it as well, which is a really, really good. So it's like it's a hard recommend for me. I'd give it
like Nakanishi working out in the background of every scene in the New Japan dojo.
Also, I love them having the Japanese Dario Cueto as the promoter.
It was like he's like a sleazy Shibata.
Yeah, he was. Sleaze batter.
That was like my only mind.
Katsuyura Sleaze batter.
Dario Cueto and Shibata had a love child.
Yeah, it was this guy. It was brilliant. Kyle.
All I've taken from this, lads, is this film is a unique opportunity.
It is. Please take it up. I'm trying to give it. I'd give it a solid 4 out of 5. It's a good film, I would say.
It's a good watch. Like you said, it's really good for a more casual fan that isn't going to worry too much about the wrestling side of it and want to sort of enjoy the flow of a movie. It's a real it's good for the heart. You know, you feel very positive from the end of it, but there's a lot in there for like the hardcore fans, in the way that even when you look at the brackets for the Z1. There was one name that stood out, which was Cagematch, which is Jeff Cobb's nickname.
Oh, is it? That's cool.
So I was like, I noticed that. And then there was also Devil.
Yeah.
Which I assumed was
Evil.
Would be for Evil.
Yeah.
And then there's another name in that stands out as well. I can't think of it lies for me now. But there's little things like that which stand out when you're like, oh, that's really cool. But there's lots of fun stuff in there for the hardcore.
Great. And also, final 2 things. One, I really want a cockroach mask T-shirt. I really hope they do sell them somewhere, because I would actually buy one. And 2, I am now in all hardcore matches, I'm only referring to trash cans as 4-dimensional trash barrels from now on.
As they always should be. Leading on from this, on next week's show, what we're going to do for that is we're going to watch a match from Fantascomania 2019.
Oh, I knew! I had a feeling.
January 21st, where we will see Dragon George team with... I can't remember.
It's Dragon George teaming with Sweet Gorilla.
It is Sweet Gorilla. I couldn't remember his last name. The last bit
against Cockroach Mask and Blue Bottle Mask.
Yeah, so that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
because it's going to be ridiculous.
Funny enough, because the thing that made me funny enough, this is weird, because if you look on the podcast post, I actually wrote it before we did the podcast and put up the photo. The photo is Dragon George going, I want to fight Kazuchika Okada.
Of course it is.
Yeah, which is brilliant. So yeah, we'll have a little look at that next week.
Why not spread? I say said, why not spread the gospel of the TWM squad with some of our lovely merch over at Teespring? We have t-shirts for all shapes and sizes, hoodies, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers, and loads more. Also, just for listening to this podcast, you can get 10% off your order. I said using the code podcast. That's podcast. Once again, podcast in the checkout for 10% off at teespring.com/stores/TWM-wrestling-merch. That's right. Praise. Testify.
Right, it's time to wrap things up with our game of Cagematch Conundrum, and it's WrestleMania 6, where champion faces champion, with Kyle as the special guest enforcer. He's just got the people for this one. So let me explain the game before we get into it. So Kyle has picked 5 wrestlers from Cagematch, the excellent wrestling database website thing, and he's gone to their title section. He has got a list of all their titles up. He'll tell us how many promotion championships they have won, and we will bid on how many we think we can name. Eventually someone will call the other person's bluff and they'll say name them. If you can name them, you get a point. If you can't name them, the other person gets that point. So for example, if we had, I don't know, maybe a David Starr, and Mike bid 5 and I bid 6, and he said name 6 and I can only name 5, he'd get a point. If I name 6, I would get that point. The other rule to mention is, if they have won multiple titles in one promotion, you can only name them once. You cannot name several titles from that promotion. IWGP and Never Openweight count as separate promotions for reasons that I don't know why.
You decided that rule.
I know. I don't know why I did. I just did. Anyway, over to Kyle, who's now going to be taking control of the situation.
And you know what, lads? Because it's champion versus champion, I've made it harder for you.
Are we going to be aware of who the wrestlers are, or have you picked 5 random Joshi wrestlers?
You know who they are.
Okay.
It's people that you know of.
Right, okay.
Right.
Well, I'll let Carl pick, because we're both champions, so...
I was going to say, I've got a number in my head between 1 and 5.
Okay. I'll say 2. Mike? I thought your name there for a minute.
I'll say 4.
Well, it was 3, so...
Oh, god damn it! Mike, you go first. Go on, you go first, Mike.
Okay. Alright.
If Mike's going first,
I'm giving you... because this is a champion versus champion match, and I'm giving you a audible handshake. So...
Or tapping elbows.
Tapping elbow, yeah.
Just tap. We're still in pandemic.
I'm tapping my mic with my elbow. There we go. Done it.
Tap.
There we go.
I'm going to stick with number 4.
Number 4, Michael Mears. You have picked.
I thought you picked Michael Mears there. It's like, that's bullshit.
How many titles has Mike
0.
won? No, you have picked Drew Gulak.
All sack Drew Gulak.
Also
206 live.
The legal eagle.
And I'm just double checking this. He has won 7 different promotions with 9 title belts.
7. I'll go 4.
Right.
Genuinely, I'm stuck. Thing is, I'm gonna give him a layup, because if I say 4, he can name 4.
Well, he's already said 4. So.
I know, so I'm saying, if I say 4, he's gonna name 4, and he's gonna be 1-0 up. You know what? I'll let him name them, just in case he slips up. He can go for 4.
Alright, go ahead, Michael.
Okay, so WWE NXT UK Cruiserweight Champion.
Well, it's just the WWE NXT Cruiserweight Championship, but that is one.
Yeah, it's 205 live.
The 205 live purple shiny thing.
Yeah, exactly, and we don't mean his penis. He must have won something in Chikara.
Yeah, Campeonato de Parejas.
Okay. If my memory serves me correctly, him and Tracy Williams as Catchpoint won the Evolve Tag Championships.
That is one of them. You need one more.
Okay. He's north, just because it's northeast. No. No, I don't know if he did.
You're sweating a bit now, I can tell.
There's one that I could feel like I could guess, and then there's like the backup one, which I think, if in doubt, always go with it because it seems to win.
I can guarantee.
Go with your gut.
All right, CZW.
Damn it!
CZW Tag, CZW Wired, and CZW World. Go on, Mike.
I would have only got 4. Well, can we just check? Because I could have gone for it. Has he won the DDT belt?
Yeah, that's the backup one, which you just throw in all the time anyway.
Has won the DDT Iron.
I should have gone 5 because I could have got him with a DDT. Damn it! Because you wouldn't have gone 6.
Other than that, guys, CWFH Heritage Tag Team Championship.
Oh, he wrestled in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Yeah.
And the last one was the UWN Tag Championship.
No idea what that is. Oh.
I will do a quick little search for you. UWN is Championship Wrestling from Hollywood again.
Oh, okay.
So
that would have been the United Wrestling Network. That's the thing, yeah.
Cool. So that's number 4 gone.
Right, I'll take 2 since I said 2 earlier.
Ooh, you've gone for one that's got the most titles out of all of the ones that I could find.
That could be a good or bad. That could be a good or bad thing.
But I said I was going to go hard on you guys, and it's quite obscure. Matty.
Dick the Bruiser. God fucking hell.
Dick the Hammer Dick.
Matty.
Yeah?
This person has wrestled in the UK.
Hmm?
We've wrestled for AEW. Aja Kong.
Oh, you knob. you absolute knob.
He's an Azure Dong.
Yeah, you're a. Oh, I hope you poo yourself in your sleep. Oh God.
It's 15, so.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Ball.
I told you, this was gonna be the hardest one.
I'm gonna say 3.
Okay, Mike, you want to challenge him on that?
I'll go 4. I'll go 4.
You want to go for 4?
Oh, I'll go 5. I might as well death or glory.
I'll let him go for 5.
I'm just double checking that it is like 15 because it's either 14 or 15 now.
I'm going to go for one that I think is correct, and I'm going to say all.
It is 15. Sorry, just to cut you off.
The one that sticks out in my mind is All Japan Women, AJPW Women, All Japan Women.
Yep, she won the AJW Championship.
Gaia? GAEA?
Not at all. That's a point for Mike.
Was WWE one of them? Because I feel like she might have wrestled in like 95-ish.
Do you want the full list?
Oh, WCW probably was one as well.
Do you want the full list, boys?
Go on, go for it.
Can I throw what I would have thought?
Go for it.
I would have said DDT because everybody does.
She has been DDT Iron Man Heavy Metal Weight.
Fuck off!
Because everyone's been.
God damn it!
Right, the list goes as follows: AAAW Championship, AAAW Tag Team Championship, AJW Championship, All Pacific, Daily Sports Tag, DDT Iron Man Heavy Metal Weight, Hustle Super Tag Team, Japanese Tag Team Championships, JWP Tag Team Championships, KOD 6-Man Tag Team Championship, OZ Academy Openweight Championship, OZ Academy Tag Team Championship, Queen of Arazion, or however you say that. Queen of Arsian, I think it looks like. I'm not gonna live down
Queen of Arsing.
The Queen of Arsian Championship, Sendai Girls World Championship, Twin Stars of Arsian Championship, World Women Pro Wrestling Diana World Championship, WWWA Tag Team, and WWE World.
Yeah, no.
That's a lot.
I
I
wouldn't.
knew it was going to be a hard one, which is why I put it in there.
Yeah. Oh, right. So
It's not the first time Kyle said that.
Mike could pick up Mike could pick up the win here and could get his second clean sweep.
Yep, but we're going to play for pure banter, so we're going to do the rest of them as well.
Well, no, this is him for the win right now.
I know, but we're also going to do it like until the end, just so that way I can laugh at how obscure the rest of them are you. I will warn you, one of these is more obscure than the others, I feel.
Oh,
Mike, you have a choice of 1, 3, and 5. How odd.
I'm going to take 3 because that was the one you picked.
Okay.
mind games.
Number 3. It's Jordan Devlin.
Of course, you picked Jordan Devlin.
It's the only Irish wrestler I could think of that I knew had multiple title reigns.
Jordan Devlin, who has a lovely T-shirt in this month's Wrestle Crate, which
He does.
you can find on our YouTube channel for me unboxing it. It's a beautiful T-shirt. I wore it the other day.
TWM Wrestling, use the code to get up to 3 free items at wrestlecrate.co.uk. Anyway, how many title reigns, Kyle?
Let me just check my little notes that have been made by other people.
Your little notes. I'm thinking of promotions. Because I don't think he's wrestled a lot of places.
Right. There is a total of 8 different promotions.
Yeah.
We're going smaller in number, but I feel a lot more of these you'll get.
Let's go for 4.
I'll go 5. Think. Yeah, 5. 5. Yeah, 5. 5. 5.
Like, you're going to raise it, or are you going to make him play for it?
I'll make him play for it.
That means that means you didn't know 4. He's basically
This is twice, but this is twice.
He's baited me in.
That, you've been the bluff has been called.
Yeah. Right.
You're really gullible.
No, it's that or let him name 4. Like he's an evil genius. OTT obviously.
Yep.
Progress.
Yep.
While he thinks, go look at your messages, and you'll see that on you 4.
Oh no, you've just seen that I responded with it. It's just
shut up! All of you, everyone, stop talking. Oh yeah, obviously NXT cruiserweight title.
Yep.
So that's 3.
So that's 3. You need 2 more.
I wonder if you would NLW count as a separate one?
I'm not counting that because it was the No Limits Wrestling Championship before it went under the OTT banner.
So it's not count as a separate promotion, NLW.
No.
Right. So that's my mulligan because I went to double check. This is purely based off his trainer. I'm going to say NWA Island.
You need 1 more.
Oh, bastard! Damn it!
It was always a solid bet for some of these wrestlers looking at him in Ireland.
Oh, fudge. What's the name of the other fucking promotion in Ireland? I know there's loads, but there's...
The Gaelic Wrestling Championship.
Oh, Bewitched Championship Wrestling.
I'm listening to this and I'm just enjoying your mental torture.
Oh.
Was this how it was for me the other week?
But we could no because you're not going to get the comedic end of us saying a promotion with a number and then you shouting out, oh yeah, 5-star. that was comedic timing. We're just getting me slowly losing my mind. I can't.
Can I just say you've named one that Mike didn't like?
Yeah, fuck you, yeah. Mike.
Well, if I was going for 5, that would have been my throw it out there.
So trying to think of other promotions in Ireland. I can't think of any pissing names. I've got names, but I don't think they're even correct. Jordan Devlin. Only I've got in my head is Destiny Wrestling or something like Destiny something.
Matty?
Yeah.
I can tell you.
God damn it, you Chris Tarrant motherfucker! Tell me the answer.
The Mike has got another point.
Yeah,
Michael Mears, you have won.
I had a feeling that was like I couldn't think of another. There's obviously like a load more Irish promotions, isn't there?
Right, I'll give you the full list of what he's won now.
The one that you didn't get that I put.
I'm leaving that one till last, Mike,
Okay.
just for the sake of, because I want to make a massive point about that one.
I bet it's an obvious one as well, isn't it? God damn it!
He has been.
Hulk Hogan's Championship Wrestling.
Damn it! He won Celebrity Championship Wrestling, didn't he? Balls.
He has been BCW Tag Champ.
BCW! I literally had that in my head, and I ignored it because I thought it was Scotland, not Ireland. God damn it!
Scotland.
Right.
Oh!
He was also Irish Junior Heavyweight Championship through Fight Factory.
Oh! God damn it.
NWA International Lightweight Tag Champ, NWA Ireland Tag Team Championship, the OTT No Limits Championship holder, two-time OTT World Championship holder, PBW Tag Team Championship, Progress Tag Team Championship, yay, I'm still happy about that one, WWE NXT Cruiserweight Championship, and the place where I love going because
Five-star wrestling.
Because I always end up seeing Irish wrestlers there without
Broken ring.
orders. TNT, Matty. He was TNT World Champion.
Oh, was it? I didn't know. I genuinely didn't know that. Generally did not know TNT. BCW.
Where all the Irish wrestlers have been wrestling currently.
Breed. No, I generally was going in my head. I had BCW going through my head. I went, no, like that's not Irish. That's not Irish. I didn't think he'd got a promotion in Scotland. Damn it. Okay. Well played, Michael. You've used my own mind against me.
Mike has won. We're now just playing for bants because there's two more left, and I feel
is it one? It's 1 and 5, isn't it?
1 and 5, and
right.
One of these again are more obscure than the other.
Right. So I'm
pretty sure one of them, Matty, you need to be a bit more methodical in which one you pick as well, because I know that Mike definitely knows a lot about one of these.
Thing is, though, you say that I'm going to pick the one he said, so I'm just going to go with 5.
Oddly enough, that's the one that I'm sure Mike knows a lot about.
I told you, I knew it would happen. I knew that would happen, so...
You have picked Lightning Kid, White Lightning himself, formerly under TNA contract, but now under WWE NXT UK contract, Mark Andrews.
Oh, but this is a fucking stitch up. this is
It can't be a stitch up. You've already lost.
This is an ambush. How many championships?
He has won from different promotions a total of 7.
Bro, fudge nuggets.
And I'm pretty sure Mike knows half of them.
Yeah, I know 3.5 of them.
Well, if this tag team title reign's on there, then maybe.
I'll go 3. I don't even know 3. You've mentally destroyed me. I can't think of wrestling promotions now. I'll go 3.
I definitely know 4.
I'll go 5.
Just remember, you have to name them, and it's going to be funny.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to run through with reckless abandon. If it depends how many we get to.
So you're not now that you've lost, you're looking to just like dampen.
I'm playing to bang one in from 30 yards out, even though I'm 3-0 down. So.
Oh,
you're running the risk of losing 6-0 here, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're playing for your participation, Redden, here.
Yeah, I'll go. What did I say? Did I say 5? I'll go 5.
You said 5. You said 5 and there's 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can name them.
Right.
All right.
Let's get the easy ones out of the way first. Let's get Progress.
Yep.
Let's get Attack out of the way.
Yep.
And that's where it ends.
Really? This one very obvious.
Yeah, but it's a really obvious one.
Thinking of this, what happened? My mind's gone blank. So
you said that this match was possibly your favourite match of last year.
Oh, don't do this to me, you knob. NXT UK. Yeah, sorry.
Here we go.
Yeah, thank you. So
now it gets more challenging. You need 2 more.
Chaos.
Has never held a belt in Chaos.
Was it okay? Can I just go for my other one? Was Dragon Pro?
Yeah, he's been Dragon Pro All Wales Championship
yeah.
holder.
Yeah, so I thought.
Well, there was a tenuous link to one of last week's as Jimmy Havoc beat Mark Andrews for the belt.
That's genuinely why I picked it.
I went with Chaos. My other one, it would have been Chaos, and I would have gone fuck it DDT, and I bet he's won the DDT title.
He has not. Second Pro All Wales Championship, a Tag Pro 24/7 and Tag Team Championships.
Right,
CSF
before you go through,
yeah.
he won the Celtic Wrestling Tag Team Championship. I bet pretty much nobody would have got that one that I know.
No, it is on here though.
Yeah, because I was there when he won it.
What? Like, as Lightning Kid? Jesus Christ.
As Lightning Kid.
You're just showing your age here.
I know, I'm fully aware of that.
Right, other than that, Celtic Wrestling, CSF, and the last one was...
Southside?
the FNW British Championship.
I have no idea.
Fight Nation!
Oh, them bastards. Okay, right.
Right, we have one more left.
I want to get my consolation. Go on. Who is it?
I was going to say... Well, I'm going to say, Mike, I'm going to let you place the first bet on this, because it would have been yours to choose. There are... Just double-checking for a second. 6 championship reigns for this person that are listed on Cagematch. And that person is... the Spanish god, Sammy Guevara.
Oh, Sammy G.
That's an interesting one. Did you say 6?
There are 6 promotions.
Right, okay.
That are listed, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm pretty sure there is one that, he's had, which isn't even on here, but I don't know it myself, so I'm just going by what's on here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's got 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's what.
That's technically a title, yeah.
He gets a plaque for that, not a championship belt.
If you put a belt round it...
he should get both.
Right. Mike, place your bets. How many of Sammy Guevara's 6 promotional title reigns can you name?
I'm gonna say 2.
Oh, I'll go 3.
That's better than me, because when I saw this, I only knew of 1.
I'm fairly confident I know at least 3. But I could be wrong. I'm guessing on the area, so...
Well, if you go down, you're going down blazing.
I'm going down swinging!
It will have been a complete clean sweep for Mike.
Don't worry,
twice on this game.
Yeah, he's a cardering this. He's Dragon Georging this game. So...
Right, Mike, do you want to raise it, or do you want to...
No, I'll let him do 3.
Right. AAA.
AAA World Cruiser.
Yep, Cruiserweight. Wrestle Circus. I'm certain he won a belt in Wrestle Circus.
He won 2, Sideshow and Ringmaster. You need 1 more.
Right, I'm going to go then, because I swear he's won the DDT belt. I know he's won the DDT belt.
Matty.
Don't just tell me the answer.
He's won a title belt in APW, Bull of the Woods,
yeah,
Inspire Pro, and War City, not in DDT.
Ah, damn. Okay, I had a feeling he'd won the DDT belt, but I knew I had 2, so it would have just been matching Mike. And I get.
I'm just gonna say, lads, can we just finally realise we found people who have not won the DDT title belt?
I know.
It took us 3 weeks.
It's just that
sometimes when you're a god, more specifically a Spanish god, it doesn't matter.
But again, were those the 2 titles that you would have named as well, Mike?
No, I would have gone with AAA, and I just remember hearing years when I first heard of him was Inspire Pro.
Oh, okay. So you would have
sticks out in my mind.
Yeah.
So the only one that I knew of, because I'm not as much as a fan as Lucha stuff, would have been Wrestle Circus.
No, I watched him win the AAA title at Triple Mania last year. And I knew Wrestle Circus is in Texas, so I just made a guess that Sammy Guevara was on those shows.
The Booker T Championship, 5-time wrestler champion.
The way I'd originally heard of him was through Wrestle Circus. So.
Yeah.
Mine was AAA.
No, mine was Wrestle Circus, I remember. And then PWG, but he's not won anything in PWG, so...
Anyways, Michael Mears, 5-0 once again.
I think we need to get... I reckon we need to get... Who can we get in? Lawson?
Lawson's quite a historian. I'd like to get him in.
Lawson or Reese, we need to get into face.
Bring Lawson in and do random Ring of Honor guys. You'll beat me hands down at that.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, one of my picks, until I realised that it wasn't as many as I thought before I chose Aja Kong, was going to be Candice LeRae. And I was thinking, we need to get Lawson on again, because that's another one of his favourite wrestlers.
I looked at that for last week, and there's hardly any.
She's literally PWG, APW, and I think that's it. It's not... It's all California play. Rev Pro, probably. The Rev Pro place in California as well.
Well, one of my other choices was Gail Kim, but there's not much you can do with
WWE TNA. Nailed. And probably BCCW as well. Anyway, there we go. Mike is the all dominant. He is the list knower. It's like the Rainmaker, but not as good. That's your World Wrestling Report, Wrestling World Report. I'm flustered. From that game really stresses me out. If you want to get in touch with us, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all at TWM Wrestle. Subscribe to us in all the usual places: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google, Podbean, Acast, TuneIn, and on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, smash the like button, turn on notifications, and also if you could leave a 5-star rating and review on your podcast platform of choice, that'd be greatly appreciated. We've actually got a review going up. It'll be up right now, actually, at TWM News. Kieran's done a written review of My Dad is a Heel Wrestler, so you can get both sides of the story there. For definite, we've got some reviews, we've got some other stuff, loads of independent stuff going up as we go through these trying times. So thank you very, very much for joining us. Michael, what social media? What is social media?
Baby, don't hurt me no more.
Kyle?
No, I'm not even going to give anybody social media out. What I'm going to do, it's going to take 56 seconds of your time. Go onto YouTube, go onto the MLW YouTube page, and there is a video on there called Pillow Talk with LA Park.
Oh,
just watch it.
Yeah, I've not seen that yet. I'm going to go scope that out.
I was going to watch
beautiful.
it earlier. It was being premiered, when I was watching MLW.
Kyle?
Where do you want to follow me for? Just go and watch Sammy Guevara's vlogs. You're not going outside. We're not allowed.
I know. That's literally what Dan's been doing. Like, Dan Kerry's been doing for the last, month. As we sat inside watching all of Sammy Guevara's vlogs.
There's not that many vlogs left for him to watch, I'm sure.
I know.
Sammy, if you were listening, which you're not, we've talked about you a lot today, but just put more vlogs out for Dan.
Just if you're listening to this podcast, can you quote tweet it and just at Sammy Guevara into it? Maybe you can listen to it during the during vlogging. I don't know. I'm tired. That game wears me out. Thank you for listening. Go support your local indie wrestling. Go and buy their merch. Go and sign up to their on-demand. Support your local indie wrestlers. They need you now more than ever. Stay safe. Wash your hands. We love you all. Thank you and goodbye.